In this video, I want to talk a little bit about Tesla. We're going to cover Tesla today. It's been big in the news and everybody's been talking about Tesla. So let's see what's happening fundamentally and technically. Elon Musk has been in the news, obviously with Twitter and the things that he's been doing. And I want to bring to your attention the long-term view of Tesla first. So let's come down here and look at monthly view. Now, I know everybody was looking at this chart at one point and saying, wow, I sure wish I would have bought Tesla right here back when it was $25 a share. And then they were saying, oh, wow, I really wish I would have bought Tesla here when it was back at $170 a share. Then they were saying, wow, I really wish I would have bought Tesla here when it was back at $290 a share because it went to $414. Tesla has now made a three-drive pattern on this long-term weekly chart. So if we bring this in a little bit, I'm going to bring this in, and we're going to go ahead and draw our Elliott wave in there. This is X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it going to make an ABC and start to retrace here? Is this what we're going to see in Tesla? Well, of course, nobody knows. But this is generally what we would anticipate, that as it bottoms out down in here, these would be buying locations for a strong stock that has, a good product line. And big factories they're making as many cars as they can, as fast as they can, and they're selling them as fast as they can make them. Now, they've had some struggles, just like everyone else with the supply chain over in China. They've had to shut down that factory because of China's supply chain problems. So they've had some problems, but they're selling every car they make, and they're selling them as fast as they can make them. So there is no backlog of Tesla cars sitting on the lot saying, we can't sell these cars. No, they're selling everything they make. Now, was Tesla overpriced at $414? I know a lot of people say they were. So is it nice to see it come back down and give some of us an opportunity who never did buy here because it was too expensive, and now seeing Tesla down here at 119 at the bottom of an Elliott wave gives us some hope that maybe we can get in and start collecting our Tesla for the turnaround in the long haul. Let's come and look at the SPY first, because the S&P, we want to come in and take a look. This is back in 2020, as you can see, and this was Corona. So this was the Corona drop. This is when we shut the market down, right? Or shut the markets down, shut the economy down. And then the market started to rally once again with the stimulus. Now, if you remember, Donald Trump put in $1 trillion in stimulus, which was more than he had initially anticipated. He thought, well, we'll put in several $billion as a stimulus, and the Democrats came in and said, we should put in $1 trillion. And Donald Trump was like, okay, let's put in $1 trillion. So he agreed with them, and they went ahead and put in $1 trillion. And that's what brought us back to break even in here, if you remember, right in this location here. And then, of course, Donald Trump lost the election, and Joe Biden came in and put $10 trillion into the market. So another $10 trillion went in. The Democrats poured another $10 trillion in. And that's what brought us up into this location here on the S&P. Now, that was a big bubble, and everybody was like, that can't last. What are you doing, putting that kind of money into the market? So that's why we've had this big blow-off. Now, what's amazing is that this was when we shut the entire economy down, and this is what's happened after the bubbles popping on that $10 trillion that the Democrats put into the market. And so all that stimulus is giving back right now. Now, are we going to see an ABCD pattern on here? A lot of people are saying, a lot of analysts are saying, you're seeing the ABC, we're going to come up, break those blue lights, and then this year, 2023, is going to bring this thing all the way back down into this region here. And so this is what they're looking for and anticipating for the long term for 2023, down into this region here, coming back to where we fell on the coronavirus. Is that going to happen? Well, nobody knows, but if you do your Fibonacci projections, there's also the possibility this could be the bottom and the market could start to rally, and we could go up and test all-time new highs. So it depends. It depends on a lot of different factors. So the projections on Fibonacci and technical analysis can go both directions. We can project to the upside, we can project to the downside, and anticipate where we're at right now. We're kind of dead center, right? 50-50. If it starts to rally, we've got the upside potential up here. If it starts to fall, we got the downside potential down in here. So this is what we're looking for now. Now, what about individual stocks? What if we come in and start looking at some individual stocks? We would come in and start looking at Tesla again, right? Now, Tesla, being down here on the monthly chart at the bottom of a wave of a third drive low, and down here in some pretty low regions for Tesla. Now, if we come to the weekly chart, You can see on a weekly basis, we got a 3-drive pattern, drive 1, drive 2, drive 3, and we're coming down here. And again, so the long term is matching the short term. The daily chart is on a drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. And we know that the third drive is generally the bottom. Not always. Sometimes we'll get a fourth drive. Sometimes we'll get a fifth drive. We saw a perfect, beautiful 3-drive down pattern on PayPal. And so we got excited about going long on PayPal at the bottom of the third drive, only to have it fail and go down 3 more drives down. So we ended up with a 6-drive down pattern on PayPal. Took the wind out of our sails. Could we see that in Tesla? Possibly. We could possibly see another 3-drive or another 4th drive pattern down, but that would really bring it down into some low regions down in here, clear back into the beginning days of where Tesla started to take off, right? So we're down here with some pretty low regions. Nice place, in my opinion, to start picking up some Tesla. Tesla's still a strong company, still selling cars like crazy. It's just that we've had a bad turn of events. Now, they've had a lot of political issues as well. None of the, the $7,500 money that you were getting to buy an electric car, you couldn't buy a Tesla with that money. But Tesla never was able to take advantage of those incentives by the federal government, because the federal government set it up so that Tesla couldn't have those incentives. They said, oh, Tesla's too big. This is only an incentive for small car companies like General Motors and Ford. So that was kind of a political issue, and so Tesla's never had the opportunity to take advantage of those as well. So they've been fighting an uphill current against the current administration, who obviously doesn't like Tesla and has put in a bunch of incentives for electric cars that Tesla's not been able to take advantage of, and that's kind of, put the brakes on Tesla as well. But nonetheless, Tesla's still selling. Elon tells him, he says, I don't need those incentives. I'm selling every car I make as fast as I make them. Fast I make cars, I sell them. So he's saying I don't need those incentives, and he doesn't think that the federal government should be giving those incentives, which I have to agree. I don't think they should either. But nonetheless, that's how the politics work nowadays. And so this is Tesla in a 3-drive pattern on the weekly chart coming down, and this is looking to me like a Wyckoff spring. And so that's why I'm coming in here and saying, hey, there's some opportunities in here as we start to bottom out here in Tesla on these 3-drive patterns. We got a 3-drive pattern on the weekly chart, and we've also got the 3-drive pattern on the daily chart. So is it time to, come in, back the truck up and sell the house and buy Tesla for a big rally and, be rich, rich, rich beyond our wildest dreams? So I'm not saying that. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know how quickly it's going to take to turn around. I listened to an interview with Elon Musk yesterday, and he was saying he thinks that 2023 could be a turnaround month for Tesla. He says it could be a difficult year for the overall economy going into 2023, but he says after that, 24, 25, he says he feels really confident that Tesla's going to really take off and have some good years. But 2023, he's saying, could be a difficult time for the rest of the market as well, and for Tesla. Keeping that in mind, we are at the bottom of a 3-drive pattern, and Elon Musk is saying 2023 could be a difficult year. So we're going to look for this market to come back to at least 50% or half of the last major move. So that move is off this peak right up in here. We had multiple highs, which all failed, and then we got the big 3-drive pattern down. So I am going to call for this to be the bottom. This is going to be my head and shoulders formation right in here. I think we're going to get an ABC, and I think we're going to get a little rally. Whether it's a big rally that goes and takes off and goes to the moon from here, I don't know. I'm just saying I think we're going to see Tesla pop this head and shoulders formation, and I think we're going to see, if we come in here and draw this this natural trend line, I'm going to readjust that neckline to be right in there somewhere. And I think that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to see a rally, a pullback, and then a continuation. We're going to break that natural trend line. And I'm looking for this market to come back to 50 to 61.8 right in here in this region somewhere. And so that's kind of what I'm looking for on kind of that same timeline. I think we'll be back up into this region here within the next 3 months, 2 to 3 months. It's not going to go straight up. It's going to go up. It's going to make some ABC patterns in here in the process of retracing. But I think we're going to see this thing bounce off of this 3-drive pattern, and that's what I'm looking for Tesla.